Greetings guys, Opposing Guy here. Today we are reviewing the Vulcan Tactical gloves. Now these are the full hand glove protection. These aren't like just the knuckles or just the fingers, no, it's your entire hand. So let's get right to this and see how they check out. Starting with the packaging of this, it's very simple. All you have is a cardboard, nice cardboard I might add, and you got the size in the corner and what it is. But also it's just it's the product. There's nothing extra. You're not getting charged for a LED light show or like a glass container or some kind of like custom bag or anything. No, they really try to get the cost down by just having it be as simple as possible. It's also one of those hassle-free packaging, I would say, because all it is two plastic little, I don't even know what to call those things. I don't even know what to call them, but they're the plastic little stuff. And once you cut those two, you're done. There's no other things you have to take apart. There's nothing you have to put together. It's completely simple because, you know, there's just gloves. I have one shot at this. Like, I have to be done or else I can't do anything else about it. All right, let's get to opening these gloves. And basically, you can just literally pop them off. Boom, done. Move that aside. I'm going to take off the plastic stuff. Set that down. Setting that down. And then that's it. Look how easy that was. That was so nice and easy. Now, one thing is they are held together by this plastic kind of like connector, which I like because this is going to be useful for holding your gloves together in the future. You got to break them in a little bit. Boom, there you go. And so now they're both loose, but if you're trying to keep them together, you're going to be able to re-clip them, which is pretty useful and nice. First impressions, this is really nice. You can tell the quality is nicer. I had ones like these before, as kind of like an off-brand thing. They weren't as nice. The cloth is so much nicer. As well as the plastic, this plastic is softer. It's very bendy. Your fingers does all sort of crazy, weird stuff, and this plastic's going to move with it whenever you're on the field. Tutorial time with gloves. How to put gloves on. You get your hand and you get the right side with it, then you stick your hand through there. Make sure each finger corresponds with the glove fingers. Tug it all the way through. Once you have it through, you take off the Velcro, you wrap it all the way around. Not super tight that it goes over, but just enough that it'll collapse and it feels comfortable. There you go. That's how you put on a glove, in case you didn't know. I do like the little advertisement here. It's a subtle thing to give a little flair to it, but as well as telling you, hey, what kind of gloves are these? Well, these are, did you know, the Vulcan Tactical gloves. And it's nice. These feel so great. Like, they're really comfortable. As I mentioned before, my fingers can bend everywhere and the plastic is moving with me. There's no constriction. There's no like, oh, I can only move so far. None of that. It is free hand of motions, just like this. One thing I noticed about these gloves that I like a lot is actually the little holes they have everywhere. These holes are actually meant to give you more airflow through the top of your hand, because instead of having the plastic be right on top of it and going flat all the way across, causing heat to get in your hand, is all sweaty and ugh, no one likes that. So they actually put a bunch of holes in here, and they're everywhere. There's some in the front here, there's big ones in the back, you got little ones across the knuckles. They really wanted to make sure that you're very well ventilated in your hand to be comfortable while playing, especially for the long time game. So I like that little aspect of it, as well as the holes being small enough that a BB was not going to be able to penetrate through. One thing I found interesting is that the bottom of these gloves actually work with phones, so I can actually move my fingers around, type stuff in and whatnot, and I block myself, of course. But I think that's really neat, especially in the field. You need to check something really quickly on your phone without having to take everything off. You can work. It just works apparently. You just swipe back and forth. Now I've got to wait for my phone to unlock itself. Great. One thing to note about these gloves is that they're definitely bulkier. What I mean by that is you're going to notice it's going to be a little bit more difficult than the standard gloves that are slim to be able to pull out stuff, get something in your backpack that's like small or get down somewhere. They're bigger and the plastic can get caught in some of this stuff. However, you get used to it, you kind of work around it, and I personally think the benefit of having a full hand protection over the 0.5 milliseconds it takes to get the magazine out is so worth it in the end. You may have noticed I've been calling these full hand gloves the entire time. That's not really true because the thumb is exposed. However, I haven't seen any gloves that actually have thumb protection. I would love to have thumb protections. I don't know why they can't just copy this and put it over here. But they don't, and I'm not sure why that is. If you know, let me know in the comments, or I'm not thinking of the reason why. I don't know why. So that's just one little con I guess I'll throw out there, is that the thumb isn't protected, even though everything else is. So let's go over what we learned in this entire video. Starting with the cons, it's a lot bulkier. It's going to be harder to get stuff in your backpack or little things to grab onto, as well as the thumb not being protected. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. Pros, your hand's protected from BBs. It's plastic. BBs are not going to penetrate it and you're not going to get hurt anymore. It's also very well ventilated. As I've been wearing these entire review, my hands are still really cool. And also, there's one thing, is the quality of it. I know it's going to last a while. Just touching it, feeling it, none of the fraying anywhere on the stitching. It's going to last a while. And also the little thing, the little plastic part here is really nice because your gloves are going to be able to stay together and you're not going to lose it. Just a little addition they added in, as well as working with your phone. Mine's still locked though, but it works with your phone. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't leave. People always leave when someone starts off like this. Hear me out. Drop a like if you actually enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you liked about it, disagree, agree, or anything in general. I would love reading it. As well as consider watching my previous review I did. This time I'll have a link for sure. And also consider subscribing if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening from a sponsored message from me. You now may leave. Have a good day. Thank me, Senpai.